Is Peacemaker Season 2 about the Guardians of the Galaxy? Hi, I'm Jordan the Nerd of Gold, and I have a theory about Peacemaker Season 2 that I don't think James Gunn will ever acknowledge, just because it could possibly affect personal and professional relationships that he has in Hollywood, and I'm totally okay with that. But this is a theory I want to put out in front of all of you. So the idea is that this whole season of Peacemaker, because the rest of the season isn't done as time of recording, this whole season is built around whether Chris, who has discovered this alternate world where his family is alive and loving and they have a great life and potentially a loving relationship with Amelia Harcourt, whether he's going to go to that world, because he doesn't feel good about his life in the world he starts in, and he doesn't think that there's any path forward for him because he's so stuck in his guilt. But I think this is about James's time where he was finding a home at DC, but he still had love for Marvel with the Guardians of the Galaxy. See, the Guardians of the Galaxy exist in their own little part of the MCU. They don't really cross over to the rest of the MCU except for in Infinity War and Endgame. Other than that, they're James's little family that he built over at Marvel. But he's finding a home over at DC Comics, and that's kind of what the other dimension represents metaphorically. That the Guardians are this loving family, that he loves this part of this world, and he doesn't really know the rest of the world that's going on. And we're going to see the other shoe drop, then that world isn't quite as good as he thought. It's just this part of that world that he loves. And so I think that's kind of what the season is dealing with, is that feeling about leaving the Guardians, trying to finish it up, and coming back to the world that he really does belong to, which is DC Comics. But let me know, what do you think of this theory?